Viewers, the directive from the Tirupati Temple to relocate 18 of its non-Hindu employees away from roles involved in religious activities has ignited a predictable yet misguided debate. Why do I say misguided? The crux of the issue isn't about exclusion or discrimination, but about the sanctity and integrity of religious practices. But this hasn't stopped people like Owaisi from drawing a false equivalence to the operations of the Waqf Board, muddying the waters of an already complex conversation and sensitive conversation at that. The decision to move non-Hindu staff from roles directly involved in these sacred activities isn't about barring individuals based on their faith. It's about maintaining the religious purity and authenticity of the temple's practices as per Hindu scriptures. Viewers, Owaisi's comparison to the Waqf Board is a classic case of conflating religious and administrative structures for political gain. That's the only purpose it seeks to serve. The Waqf Board manages properties dedicated for Muslim religious or charitable purposes. Now, you would say it resorts to land loot, and I agree. But its operations are not directly related to those of a Hindu temple where religious practice is at the core. The Waqf Board's role is more administrative, dealing with property management, whereas the Tirupati Temple's primary function is spiritual and more ritualistic. Equating these two is a deliberate misrepresentation that serves to stir communal tensions rather than address the nuances of religious freedom and practice.
फर्स्ट बोर्ड मीटिंग में हम एक रेजोल्यूशन ले लिया और टीटीडी चेयरमैन सभी मेंबर्स में हु आर प्रैक्टिसिंग नॉन हिंदू इन टीटीडी इंस्टीट्यूशन द मस्ट क्विट फ्रॉम टीटीडी ऐसा एक रेजोल्यूशन हम ले थे TTD board meeting में.
That's the stand of our government. There is no second thought about it. So it's not even open to debate or discussion. We spoke about it before the elections. We stand by it.
हमारा डायरेक्ट सवाल चंद्रबाबू नायडू से ये है कि आप 18 एम्प्लॉइज को हटा रहे हैं जो नॉन हिंदू हैं. फिर वो ये जो प्रपोज वक्फ बिल है जो ज्वाइंट वर्किंग कमेटी में आया, तेलुगु देशम ने क्यों बीजेपी का अमेंडमेंट का साथ दिया जिसमें कहा जा रहा है कि स्टेट मुस्लिम वक्फ बोर्ड्स में वहां पर मिनिमम 2 नॉन मुस्लिम रह सकते हैं और नॉमिनेशन में वो मेजॉरिटी में भी आ सकते हैं. जब इलेक्शन नहीं होगा उसमें फिर सेंट्रल वक्फ काउंसिल में भी आप बढ़ के बना सकते हैं नॉन मुस्लिम को. हम नारा चंद्रबाबू नायडू से ये कहेंगे कि आप अपने इस पोजीशन को दोबारा देखिए, इससे गलत मैसेज जा रहा है.
जानते हैं कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट का फैसला है कि वक्फ बोर्ड ये स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडी वो वक्फ की प्रॉपर्टी को एडमिनिस्ट्रेट करने के लिए बॉडी है और तिरुपति तिरुमला देवस्थानम एक रिलीजियस बॉडी है मंदिर की, तो उस बोर्ड से वो बोर्ड का फैसला हो तो रिलीजियस बॉडी में और स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडी में अंतर होता है.
Let's welcome Mr. Deepak Reddy, National Spokesperson of the TDP. Danish Qureshi joins the panel, political analyst, and S. Harish Mohammad Ibrahim completes this panel. Danish Qureshi ji, excuse me, answer a direct question. Sir, is there a difference between chalk and cheese?
I think, hello.
Sir, आवाज आ रही है आपको?
Please repeat the question.
Sir, apple और orange में difference है? Is there a difference between an apple and an orange?
Oh. नहीं, I think कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को तो ऐसा ही समझ में नहीं आ रहा कि एप्पल और ऑरेंज में डिफरेंट होता है, और अगर नहीं होता है तो फिर आप देखिए कमिश्नर नहीं चलेंगे, ट्रस्टी में हिंदू ही चलेंगे, कमिश्नर भी हिंदू ही चाहिएगा, इंस्पेक्टर भी हिंदू ही चाहिएगा, ये सारी चीजें हिंदू में चाहिएंगी. और वक्फ के लिए तमाम चीजों में उसमें रिलीफ मिल जाएगा कि उसमें गैर हिंदू भी आ सकता है. तो मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि चंद्रबाबू नायडू को और उन लोगों को ये समझने की जरूरत है.
मैं आपसे समझना चाहता हूं, वक्फ बोर्ड क्या मस्जिदों को चलाता है?
स्टैंड में
वक्फ बोर्ड मस्जिदों को चलाता है? दानिश कुरैशी जी
सुनिए, देखिए सुनिए, वक्फ
नहीं देखिए सुनिए नहीं, मुझे बताइए, वक्फ बोर्ड मस्जिदों को चलाता है, हाँ या ना में जवाब दीजिए.
नहीं, हाँ और ना का जवाब क्या होता है? बात तो जो सवाल है उसी की बात की जवाब दी जाएगी ना। वक्फ बोर्ड धार्मिक जगह है और धर्म के नाम पर की हुई पूरी एक्टिविटी है उसमें।
वक्फ बोर्ड इतनी धार्मिक जगह है, मैं बता देता हूं दानिश कुरैशी, 1 मिनट सर। वक्फ बोर्ड इतनी धार्मिक जगह है कि आपने मंदिरों के जमीन पे भी कब्जा कर लिया है, चर्च लैंड को भी कब्जा कर लिया है। आपका जो धर्म है अनलिमिटेड है, खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा है। आई मीन अगर आप लोगों को पावर्स हो तो आप तो यू विल क्रॉस द बॉर्डर, यू विल क्रॉस द बॉर्डर एंड क्लेम लैंड इन सम अदर कंट्री। सब कुछ तो बोल दिया वक्फ बोर्ड का है, पार्लियामेंट, महाकुंभ, टेम्पल, चर्च, एवरीथिंग इज वक्फ। Now, to this false equivalence that Owaisi is drawing, I want to bring in Mr. Reddy. Mr. Reddy, would you like to tell Mr. Owaisi how his argument is completely flawed?
Pranesh, very good evening, and I would like a minute extra because I want to take on Owaisi head on today. I mean, he had the audacity to talk about Chandrababu Naidu ji in not a proper light. First thing is, let me talk about the IQ level and understanding of Owaisi. He's talking about equating Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam with the Waqf. Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam is equivalent to the Masjid Al-Haram of Makkah or the Church of Resurrection in Jerusalem. This is the holiness of the temple. So you can't compare a board to the holiest of holy. So I think, this is what has to be exposed about his IQ level. Now coming to the main point, now let us talk about Asad as a leader of the AIMIM party. There's only one MP out of the 788. So if there is a 60-minute debate, he gets only 4 seconds. That is his stature as far as a democracy is concerned. Now let's come to Asad as a member of parliament. If you look at Article 26, it clearly says each religion can go ahead with their own practices. Similarly, it's going on with the churches, the gurudwaras and the masjids. So they are doing it on one side and they're playing the game on the other side. The last aspect of the Islamist, the jihadist Assad. Let me tell you one thing very clear. His views really don't matter when it comes to Hindu religion, because his views, in my opinion, are less valuable than a beggar standing in front of the Tirupati Devasthanam. So he has no locus standi or no right to even talk about a Hindu religious institution. These are my 4 comments on Asad.
Mr. Ibrahim, would you want to, sir, shed more light on this inane logic used by Asaduddin Owaisi to mislead people?
Yeah, time and again, Mr. Owaisi want to make sure that he creates an animosity among the people of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana using the religious angle. Whether he will be allowing a Hindu scholar to go ahead and preach inside any kind of mosque, no, he won't do that. That is the same kind of differentiation. He has to take it in this course as well, but he wants to make sure to mix the Waqf board management issue along with some kind of the religious practices which is happening in Tirupati Devasthanam board. So we have to enlighten these kind of religious hate-mongering fringe elements that
who will
the
enlighten
issues are
and call out such
and
people?
the board is a
Jindal, the so-called secular ecosystem and the guiding lights of that ecosystem are silent. Lokesh Jindal?
Yes. Pranesh, the TTD is managed by the government of Andhra Pradesh. And the Minister for Endowments, he has stated that those who are practicing non-Hindu religious activities means they are either Christians or Muslims. Now, when we read Article 15 of the Constitution, it states that the state shall not discriminate against any citizen on grounds only of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, or any of them. Now, over here, the question is that is this a case of pure discrimination, or there is some form of a bylaws that is there in TTD?
Yeah. Karan,
Yeah. One line, Pranesh, one line. A religious place by its very definition is not secular in nature. It is religious, the absolute opposite in that sense. तो वहां पर ये आपका जो सेक्युलर लॉजिक है इनसाइड अ रिलीजियस प्रेमिसेस नहीं लगता. बट प्रणेश आपके शो पे पता नहीं क्या सहयोग है, जो विवेक आते हैं उनमें विवेक नहीं, और आज दानिश जी हैं. दानिश का मतलब होता है बहुत ज्ञानी होना, और इनसे जब आपने पूछा तो इनको पास जवाब नहीं है दैट एक्चुअली अ वक्फ बोर्ड is a statutory institution. It's not a religious organization. तो statutory और religious में जरा फर्क समझिए. वहां पर religious activity नहीं हो रही है, administration हो रही है. So, you know, and Pranesh, I'm done with this Owaisi being eulogized as this intellectual. You know, I remember during triple talaq, this man equated it with violation of our cultural rights.
He
said
waits for
Islam ke
opportunities
cultural
like
rights
this.
under Article
Shazia
29
Ilmi, what
khatre
would
mein.
you
He
tell
quotes a-
the likes of Mr. Owaisi? 30 seconds, you have the last word on the show, ma'am.
So clearly, as has been stated, this has to do with administration, running of the Waqf properties. Many of them are not religious in nature whatsoever. And these are properties that we're talking about, which when you're looking at sale deeds and administrating them as per Awqaf, which is justice. But I want to ask Danish ji, and through him to Owaisi ji, can you imagine whether it's Mecca, Masjid-e-Haram or Medina, or any religious body here that will allow non-Muslims to be there? I mean, non-Muslims are not even allowed to go to a mosque and pray and be part of anything at all.
You know,
When I
most
went to
people would not
Al-Aqsa,
even tolerate you asking
I
such a question. You know, it would seem provocation to many. We've run out of time. I thank all of you for joining us. The news hour with Navita Kumar on the other side.